stop playing. I can see. I seen you move.
I didn't hear you talk or nothing. I was like, what?
Good evening, Dave.
Good evening, darklycan. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm
How you doing? I'm a robot, but how you doing?
Sorry, I'm not drinking beer tonight, so I like my mistakes for last week.
So okay then. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to another Thursday night live stream with the host of darklycan81. To my left, to my right, to the left, to the right, up and down, left and right, down and down. And meet daveworldtoys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tonight's festivities will be me and Baz showing our latest toy hauls off, saying hello to the gorgeous chat in the world, talking about a few bits. We're doing a special toy battle tonight on a memorable show to plug somebody else's show round about the 10 o'clock. That's Toy Battles coming up later tonight. So similar toy lines, but completely different in their own right. And then also, we have a few announcements during the whole day and bits and all the evening. So there you go.
This is the usual Thursday night mayhem, isn't it?
More or less. You know, we're just chilling, relaxing, and that's about it. Just to start off some bad news, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and dark liking. We won't be doing the Thursday night live stream next week. We are so sorry. There's no Thursday night live stream next week. We are sorry.
Shit happens, doesn't it?
Shit happens. Well, but after hobgoblin last week, he wants a week off. So technically, guys, I am down MCM London, which is the MCM Comic Con down London next Thursday, setting up, and I'll be down. So if anyone wants to come and say to me, daveworldtoys, I will be at MCM Comic Con next Friday, Saturday, Sunday down XL London, where Star Wars Celebration was held. It's all about the geeky stuff and bits and pieces. You're saying thousands of people in cosplay, costumes, different toys all around the world. Toys. Hopefully, big companies will be there. So stay tuned to my channel to see what's what for that weekend. I am helping a comic book and pop collector out for the whole 3 days or 4 days.
Ooh.
So that's what I am doing next weekend, and it's like a 4-day weekend event. That means the only thing I miss is basically Thursday night with Baz, and I also miss the car boot on Saturday. But I've still got the Monday car boot. Hopefully there's a car boot on the Monday. If not, I ain't got a clue what I'll be showing off the week after. But we never say never this day. I might pick something up at the MCM. So I will be down London the 26th, 27th, and 28th of May. So there you go. So I'm confused. But the only good news is I do have a special Tuesday night toys chat with a vintage toy collector, hopefully next Tuesday. So if you want to catch me again, I'll be on my channel next Tuesday, 9 till 10 p.m. with a vintage toy collector. Not Sunday, Tuesday. I will be advertising over the weekend, so hopefully you can join me for that. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to me and darklycan81 over the left or the right. And that's about it for me.
Now you can take a break. Jesus Christ, man, I thought you were going to pass out there.
There you go. Well, I'm going to try something completely different tonight, Baz. How's that?
Ooh. You're going to use your green screen?
Maybe. I might take my green screen off. It might disappear. No, when it comes up to Toy Hall, I'm going to show something completely different off. Which is it a toy? Is it a collectible? Or is it something else? You need to wait and see.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because majority, you could probably say majority of things nowadays are now classed as collectibles.
Well, in one part of the world or that sort of stuff, everything is collectible or something collectibles. So it's just one of the things. I know if you went into one of the sections I've shown off, in the toy hall. It will, but it's bigger than probably. You don't realise how big the collection is when you get into it. But we'll see when we come to toy collections or toy show-offs. And then basically at 10 o'clock, we are both doing toy battles, both similar to this company that we're going to help promote for tomorrow's live chat. So there you go.
I know I didn't actually realise how much these things actually had.
Sometimes, Baz, I go, at the moment, I'm still sorting out 3 or 4 sections in the house and trying to get like the main mushroom baskets all together, like sections to sections. So technically, when I do, like, as you say, come home from the car boot with like 100 figures, you can see if you've got it or not, instead of like, have I got that or haven't I got that? And it's like, you know. So at the moment, I'm trying to do 3, 4 sections in the house. So, but other than that, I put up a teaser video today. It came out at 1:45 this afternoon. So if you want to see what I am up to for the rest of the year, where I'll be, if you want to meet me in person, up to you. There you go. But just for Baz and you guys watching, I have booked the NEC Toy Fair on the 1st of October, all fully booked and paid for.
Nice.
At the moment, I'm just sorting some plastic stuff out and other stuff as well, more collectible stuff as well. The following week, I am going back to that Echo Base Live for that famous stall again, but there you go.
What, are you doubling your tables? Are you going to go to 70 feet long?
I might, but no. Perfect things, Baz. If I had a free van, I would. Because the van that would make the difference.
Oh, definitely.
This time, I'm only going 12-foot stall, but like doing it as like a special thing. I'm going to do a bit more specials and that sort of stuff. I bought myself like a proper costume from like one of the big companies. So that's coming with me in a few bits. So like that. So there you go.
Oh, Ronaldo.
Mr. Ronaldo.
Hey, Tinder.
And talking about El Tendo.
Connor's left you a nice little comment.
I'm also going to like Echo Base Live, and then basically with El Tende as well in chat, I finally booked my Italy toy adventure.
Nice.
Which is like in middle of November. So I'll be taking some like harder stuff to the NEC to sell. I basically need a bit more spending money. So technically, while I book my shows, I try and do that to book shows to spending money for my shows. That's why I do my shows.
Nice.
So that's what I've got coming up, and that video came out today to say blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. So there you go. I'm trying to fix my screen a bit better, but there you go. Hopefully that now works, but there you go. Anything coming up in the future for you, Bazatron?
Pass. I've not even thought about what I'm doing tomorrow.
Waking up.
Spending money.
As we do. Waking up, sorting stuff out, getting ready for Saturday car boot. That's all I'm doing. There you go.
Well, plan at the minute that me and the wee ones meant to be going to the boot sale on Saturday, but we'll see how the weather's like.
Well, technically, Baz, if the weather is shit and gets cancelled on Saturday, I might be going to a toy fair on Sunday. So if the weather does cancel up down here, on Saturday the weather cancels, I will be going to somewhere on Sunday. So at least Saturday or Sunday, I'll have something, hopefully.
But the boot sale gets cancelled here on Saturday, then we're going to that famous store again.
Sorted.
You'll know which one we're talking about because he wants more He-Man stuff, so we want to see if they've still got any left.
Is it begin with G and ends with E?
Yeah.
Glee? Glee?
That boy is obsessed with fucking He-Man, man. Jesus.
So technically then, it's not anyone else's fault, it's your fault then. No comment?
I'll take this one. It is my fault, like. But, geez, oh, man, he is obsessed with He-Man. Jesus.
Crazy.
It kind of reminds me of younger me back in the day.
Well, at least he's spending money on like wise stuff like that, and not like a £450 like Pokemon set or bits and pieces like that.
Oh,
At least,
he still likes Pokemon and all that, eh? But his mum said, do not let him spend that money on Pokemon, because it's, even though Pokemon's a good thing, at the end of the day, it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
It'd been alright if it was back in the day when the original Pokemon come out, because some of the cards are now worth a fortune.
Yeah.
I don't know what the newer ones are like, but
it always depends, basically, like if it's a tournament card or people are going to popularly use it and that sort of stuff. I know some of the new cards coming out are very desirable, and they're going to be quite worth a bit of money. But it's one of the things, Bazzy, it's the telling the tape and that sort of stuff. I haven't got a clue. It's the $1 million question. What's going to be worth more tomorrow than last today? Then, it's like anything. I had a friend selling an item and he got 350 quid. I've got the same item. I have put it on eBay, took it to toy fairs, and I can't even get 100 quid for it. And that's it's only 3 months difference.
I think sometimes you've got to have the right people that are interested in it. If they're willing to spend that kind of money, then it's same, but man.
Yeah. But we'll see how it all goes, and it's hard to do with toy fairs. You can take vintage stuff, sell the whole lot. You can take new stuff. Not many people look at you. Not many people even say hello to you, but hey ho, there you go.
I think when it comes to like toy fairs and that, you've got to have the right crowd as well. Because when everybody looks for different stuff. I mean, I know it's really the toy fairs that's in my area. They're not as big as like the ones that you go to doing your way kind of thing, but they always have a mixture of vintage, and modern stuff kind of thing. And I've kind of noticed now there's more stuff for kids as well that some sellers are doing.
Yeah. But if anything's bad, when you get to like shows and that sort of stuff, you've got one item you really want to sell it, and it's rare and that sort of stuff. You need the cheaper stuff to drag people to it, so you got a big bundle of the same item. If you just put that one item or 5 items on the table, you ain't going to stand out. So you need a plethora of items to really stand out and draw people to the store and that sort of stuff. So, we'll just play it by ear. But there you go. But there you go. Come on in, Bazatron 2000. Come on, let's show your toys off, or jump to show my non-toys off tonight.
To be honest with you, I've not really got that much.
They're too big.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's scary. But I want to put a little shout out to good friend Ian that usually pops into the chat. He sent up a late birthday present. It was a guy that we were talking about a couple of weeks ago, Dave, that I needed for the part of the collection. So he sent up from a major disaster for Toxie.
Hey, at least he's got the pointy finger.
I'm counting on you, boy. So I was quite chuffed when I opened that up. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. And I found this weird guy of the day. But it's weird that these are now, don't know if they're now showing up in charity shops, Dave, but I do have the carded version of them as well.
Yeah.
But I do like these power players. And something for the GI, something for the Joe fans that I found this on this Toys for £1. GI Joe Lego Jigsaw.
That's actually bigger than expected. G.I. Joe.
I just like the artwork on this, man. Eh?
Yeah.
That's why I picked it up. You didn't usually get like the old style
Comic book style, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually quite nice. Thanks, Baz. Tempted.
They did have like a G1 Transformer one as well.
Yeah. G.I. Joe.
Talking about Toys for £1, I did have a wee order this week, and it come in today. So I got some more these. I managed to put in got Darth Maul, and I got Roger. And I've also got him for the same place as well.
Yeah, I do like him.
Didn't realise how fucking big these fucking boxes, man. Jesus Christ.
He's a chunky monkey.
Oh, he's got a little bit fucking weight to him, like. And then I ordered a shitload of these. Don't know why. Don't ask me why. I just like weird shit.
Why, Baz? Why?
So
why, Delilah?
I picked up a shitload of these.
Green bug. What are they, Baz?
Sorry?
What are they?
It's meant to be based off a game kind of thing, but I really wanted these ones. I wanted the onesie ones. I thought the onesies ones looked a bit cool.
Are you going to wear your onesie next week or the week after?
I don't know. Rocking a kind of mixture, because you've got like wrestlers and all that.
Don't forget to collect them all.
Well, there's actually 16, so I've tried to order 16, but I got 12 out of 16. So the wee boy got the four doublers.
Spider-Man.
I got Mr. Shirt and Tie. It'd have been good if they actually had names for these men, but they didn't. You can kind of make up your own. You can see there's Mr. Zorro. It'll be me in about 10 years' time.
So gang beanies they're called then?
These are cried gang beasts.
Looks like beanie babies or beanies. With arms.
This is series 1, but there's like 6 series altogether, David. You get different.
Right.
You get like monster. You get monster.
I like the French one.
Army ones, like no wrestlers, just. And then I got one of these for my niece, and I thought these were quite cool and adorable. So I ended up picking up a couple of more of these.
What's that?
They're little dragon plushies.
Yeah. Cute. Front of the box.
Sorry?
Tony, that's it. Left. Turning around a bit more. Other way. That's it. Perfect. You're showing what the mystery package is, not the other side. That's quite nice.
I don't know how many there's actually in a wave, but it does. It shows more than what they're actually meant to be. So I've got 3. I'm not sure them off, but I picked up 3. Just like little blind bags, but I got one for my youngest niece last week. And when we opened it up, I was like, oh, that's actually quite cool.
Sorted. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children.
Oh.
I would say, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to Baz's Big Old Butt.
I don't know if you've seen. I don't know when the last time you were on the website, Dave. They were doing these things for a penny, but you could only buy one per order.
Yeah.
Or per customer. Just like I don't know what it actually is, so I just got one just to see. That is what? It's everything that I've picked up. Oh, no, it's Dayton. I can kind of catch it. Let's see what the. Oh, shit, right one. What's it will be a fair table.
Well, Baz, well, I'm going to change.
Not to have swag written on the back.
Well, Baz, I'm going to do something completely different to show my toy half. It's not. Is it toys or is it not toys? So technically, guys, I want you to put in the comments: is it toys or not toys, please? Well, I picked up a brand new friend.
Oh, Lasso.
Yay!
I thought he was missing an eye, but it's just the way his eyebrow is.
His eyebrow is. With his tag.
Knock a toy.
So, there you go. There's Mr. Strawberry Teddy Bear. But then also, you had a Mickey Mouse from Mouse Party with his tags. So technically, guys, are these toys collectibles or what? Because I know you can get Mickey Mouse toys and everything else. So are teddy bears classed as collectibles? So you got Mickey Mouse.
Dave, do you have any Take-A-Man Blade stuff?
No, but I'm tempted to get some. There's a few bits on eBay. That sort of stuff. I'm tempted because I love the TV series. Back in the day, they didn't do too much Techno Man. And then Disney Store in New York did a Minnie Mouse one, Mickey Mouse, Minnie.
Those are not toys.
But then, I found, as you see in the adverts and that sort of stuff, Meerkat.
Those things are really pricey in charity shops, I've noticed.
I know. Beauty and the Beast. With his certificate and everything else. So I quite liked him because he's quite nice. The costume, he's got a quite grisly head.
I've seen them showing up quite a lot of the charity shops now, but I mean, they're wanting like anything between 10 to 15 quid for them, man.
Yeah. I know they like collectible stuff and that sort of stuff, so I thought tonight not do a toy haul. I'll do collectibles and that sort of stuff. But then I have Pot Groot. Oh, the famous TY Beanie Groot from TY. If you want to. But then also, Baz, Baby Groot. So I've got the Groot family.
Whereas Jonathan saying dolls are not toys.
Well, these are teddy bears, so there you go.
A lot of toys here, but plenty of horror movies.
Well, talking about Altende and horror stuff, they also did, horror teddy bears as well, which is like, hello.
Is that the Fiend?
Yeah. So there you go, something for horror and teddy bears as well, Heal and hurt on his fingernails, but So, they did a pluster of teddy bears, but, they did in the series and that sort of stuff. So, are they collectibles? Are they toys? They're a bit of everything. So, it's just something a bit different, isn't it, Baz?
Yes.
The question is, would you go that far to collect them and that sort of stuff? We don't know, but, so...
Then again, if you find them cheap enough, man, you'd probably pick them up for other folk kind of thing, not especially for your own.
But at least, if you like the character itself, I know that this one goes onto the WWE shop for like £15 and that sort of stuff. So I just like the theme character. So, talking about El Tendone horror collection, something different. He's got cardboard in his feet, so he can actually stand up if you want to.
I was going to say, man, I wouldn't give that to a kid because that does look quite freaky.
Let me in.
It's not a teddy bear to get you a young kid, is it?
He's got his dreadlocks,
Okay,
there you go, Baz.
We were in HMV last week and they'd got the Pennywise plushies in, and my nephew's like, I want one of those. I was like, are you hell? Is that you?
That's mine. Well, technically, I don't think I showed any toys off this week. I thought I showed Teddy Bear's plush, which are still collectibles, and everything's not about the toys. It's all about the collectibles and that sort of stuff. That sort of stuff. So but yes, it's all about the collectibles and is it more toys you're collecting, or is it more collectibles? Especially when the lady says, "Are these for you or for somebody else?" It's like, well, it's a collectible, so it's fine. There you go. So there you go.
And then again, if you went to the charity shop and they had an Alf in their fucking toy section, you're not going to leave it behind, are you?
Might. George depends on the price, Baz. The charity shops are getting ridiculous on price.
Definitely, man. You still get the cheap stuff, but man, I've kind of noticed certain items now that are coming in, especially like Star Wars, Power Rangers, certain other action like Batman and all that, man. They're wanting like £2-3.
Yeah.
More than what a lot of folk are willing to pay.
Yeah. It's like I said last week, one of the charity shops I go to, the lady half complained to me because all she's done for the first 7 hours sitting on a computer working prices out. But then back to the non-toy, the collectible, the teddy bears, you can go one stage through, like your t-shirts and like your thing behind you sitting on. That's is it toys? It doesn't have to be toys to be collecting items. It's just a means of a way to. Is it toys that's valuable? Is it collectible?
Well, it's not that, man. You've got. It's like with He-Man, man. You showed off coat hangers one time.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like the actual toys, man. They had pencil cases. They had fucking flasks. They had the old lunch boxes that probably everyone in the chat probably had at some point in their life.
For example, there's one collectible out there that's now come out to I don't know, would you call it a toy or is it collectible? For example, Nemo Studios, the yogurt pots, Phoenix feet.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't even a thing back in the 80s. They're just yogurt pots that like weird feet that 99% people threw away. For example, I know there's Pepsi cans. People just collect cans, old tins, that sort of stuff. So technically, everything is now more as collectibles. It's like I said last week, and I mentioned it a few times. It's like King of Collectibles on Netflix. It's like football shirts, playing cards. Everything's got something to a value or something.
Yeah, I was talking to Ian about those fiendish feats, and I says we know somebody that actually makes them. They've done action figures on it. And told me go to Neil Studios, and he goes, "Oh, they're actually quite cool." I goes, but go on to eBay and put fiendish feet and see how much it is for a yogurt pot, an empty yogurt pot." And he was like, "Holy fuck!" You couldn't believe it what folk are wanting just for one.
It's the same with like lunch boxes, that sort of stuff. He's like, as you say, Bass, we always say, how far do you take your collection to that next stage? For example, you always say, talk about your Star Wars figures, for example. Well, you've done your initial 97 figures of Palatoy and the vehicles. Where else do you go when you got them boxed loose? Then you go to, say, Heaven forbid, Kenner, to get all the Kenner versions. Then you get that one state further and then go to Spain, France, which is Lily Lady. No, sorry, Meccano is France. Their variants. Then you go across to Argentina for Lily Ladies and all the rest of the countries, up and down. The whole world did Star Wars figures. Bandai, I think it's America, Japan. And that sort of stuff. So technically, when you've done all your figures and toys, then you go your toothbrushes, your games, your jigsaws, your costumes, your plethora. It's never ending. Like I said, never ending story or never ending collectibles. And then you can get your T-shirts, you can get your baseball cap, you can get your sunglasses. For example, I know somebody very close likes Harley Quinn. So technically, if he's dressed up as Joker, his perfect mate will be a Harley Quinn. His perfect girlfriend will be a Harley Quinn.
Okay, talk about them, and I do have the lollipop for men thing.
Yeah,
Harley Quinn lollipop for men thing,
but technically, if you spotted, I know they do now, the Harley Quinn costume for an adult, would you go and buy one, and would you put it on a mannequin and see it in the corner of your costume? Because it's a bit cheaper than buying an £800 to £1,000 statue plus. Because normally the 6-foot statues go to shops for about £800 to £1,000 before they get retail. The retail, then you're looking at £2,000 to £3,000 for a big statue. Or you can spend like, let's say, 5-6 grand on a, if you said 50 quid to 100 quid on a costume. So Baz might just get that Harley Quinn in the corner behind him one day.
Don't give me any ideas.
All right. But technically, if you ever did your Orange Ranger, you can put them like a mannequin, stick it behind you, and there's another part of a collectible collection, that sort of stuff. It just brings the collection to another 3-dimension toy world of collecting. But like you say, then you can go to soaps, bubble baths, pencils, rubbers, books, CDs. You can almost like find your perfect partner. What are you called? Harley Quinn? That'll do. We get.
There's a good. The worst thing about it is that you don't get like when we were growing up for your Christmas, you always got the bubble bath sets. It was either you got the Turtles, you got the He-Man. You didn't get things like that now. For the younger generation, didn't have these things that we used to have. And they're all collectibles as well now.
Perfect. The only collectible you now get for new generation, which is quite good. They've only done it for the last maybe 4 or 5 years, especially in America, is popcorn buckets. Your favourite characters now on a popcorn bucket and that sort of stuff. So the kids can go around like, oh, wait a second, that's quite a nice pop. I picked up one last week at the car boot, the Paw Patrol one. But technically, what do you do? Put your candy in or put your little Paw Patrol little doggies in.
It's this like when you talk about like the old lunch boxes and that. You always got one for your Christmas every year kind of thing. You'd probably get two a year kind of thing. Somebody would always buy you one for your birthday, one for your Christmas. And depending on what it was, I remember having a Star Wars one and putting all the Star Wars figures in it. And when you got your new one, you ended up using that kind of thing. And then when that was finished, whatever it was, you'd always put your toys in it for some weird
reason. But then another part of collecting or collectibles is cereal packages for your favourite cereal or your favourite movie, that sort of stuff. You might go out and go down your Sainsbury's or your supermarket aisle. 1 second, it's like there's a box with like your favourite character. What do you do? You know.
So Dave will be displaying behind Baz in the future.
I will be. Trust me.
A 6-foot blonde action doll from Japan with motor action.
Perfect.
Oh, I've heard of those ones. A friend told me.
But technically, guys, if you really want to go realistic, since you're talking about Triple X, you can actually get a full Triple X girl. Be right behind you. You know, she has got the human touch, the whole kit and caboodle. So, I'm trying to give Baz a few ideas for his Harley Quinn fetish.
Don't.
Come on, you went to the car boot, Baz, this Saturday or Sunday, where you just said earlier with your nephew, you spotted a Harley Quinn costume for an adult for like, knowing your look, 10 quid or £5. Would you, pick it up?
I'd probably would and hang it up on the wall.
There you go. But anything, it's basically this day and age. You want to, and when you do like videos like this, you want something else to stand out behind you and that sort of stuff. Just something different, All you just say is like, "Where'd you get that from?" Said, all you say, it's a Halloween costume. You put a mannequin underneath it. Bob's your uncle. You're done. Well,
that's how Mike fucking displays his Ranger fucking costumes when he got a mannequin and put it on.
Yeah. It gives other people, collectors, ideas of how to display their display without going OTT. Perfectly honest, I'm about to order a half mannequin. And because I said I picked up the Darth Maul costume, I might get a better helmet, but I'm going to take it around for a couple of shows I'm doing, like NEC and Star Wars, and take the costume so it looks like somebody else is watching the store as well as me.
All the Star Wars helmets, all the Black Series helmets, and the Ranger ones, man. You could probably pick up just the mannequin head on its own.
Yeah.
It'd probably be a nice way to kind of display them instead of just having them sitting on the shelf. Because not all helmets come with a stand to put the stand to display them, kind of thing.
Yeah. Let's say how far you want to take, that sort of stuff. How displaying that sort of stuff. If it's personal use, taking it to conventions, shows, showing off on videos. Like you got a big corner where the Star Wars is. There's a good gap between the wood shelf. I know there's a few bits there, but move the attack, take it for walkies, and put possibly a costume there. But we shouldn't give bad things into Baz's ideas, because I know for a fact he was like, "You bark."
No, because the minute somebody says something, my brain goes into fucking overdrive.
Yeah. But it's always like run off people. It's like you give people ideas what to do, that sort of stuff. That's what the collectors are there for. It's like you come across an idea. It's like you could say one thing to one person. It's like next minute, it's like, 1 second, what's going on here? It's like, well, if you did this, this, and this, or
like my good friend from in Shadow was Rory, man. We just happen to discuss customs all the time, give each other ideas, and he kind of gave me the idea for that Harley Quinn chariot thing that I'm working on.
Yeah.
And it was just because he's doing his own Ranger line kind of thing. And he wanted ideas for like animals to go with him. So he decided to go with dinosaurs. But he's got like T-Rexes and raptors and and just with back and forward talking like that, and it's like Harley Quinn just kind of popped him in, and it's like I noticed I had that broken Stridos, and it's like, I wonder if I could do something with that.
The only thing I'd say, Baz, whatever parts you use or any advice I give to people are doing that sort of stuff, you'll always get a few people asking what parts to use. You know, that sort of stuff. For example, if you're showing that horse off, yes, the He-Man horse is that, but then you said you used a Hot Wheels car, monster truck for the wheels. Is it a certain type and that sort of scale, that sort of stuff? You know, just say, I know some people will tell you exactly what's what. America's 99% use the XPS phone for their displays, which I know UK has got it, but it's very expensive, not as cheap as American. You know, just give
over here supply it as well.
Yeah.
The only place I've kind of come across that supplies it on here is Amazon.
Yeah. But then it's like, you know, you tell people it's like, yeah, it's available Amazon. You helping other people out, and then eventually, if you need something off them, for example, if you've seen a guy doing a custom says, "What's that figure?" XYZ, he'll probably tell you if he's a decent enough person and that sort of stuff. You know, so if you're like, you spotted something behind, say, Baz, you've got a black item top left-hand corner with a big sign on. You know, where's it from? That sort of stuff. And Baz will probably turn around, well, it's from the balloon shop and it's from my birthday display 3 weeks ago that I don't want to touch. You know, you know what I mean? He's like, yeah, it's like a local balloon shop and that's it. But if you want to go balloons, you can get balloons customized with your own logos on.
See, I didn't even know where my sister got those from in balloons.
Yeah. You know, yes, when it comes to, say, your car boot, because technically when I go to car boot, I spot 100 to 200 dealers walking around every weekend. And even now, I get a few people who say, where'd you get your car boot? And perfectly honest, it's like you don't want to tell them because it's like another 20 people looking makes it ridiculous. You know, certain things you just say, you know, support your local charity shops, go around to your car boots or your flea markets, pick up your odds and sods. Communication is key. You know, if you say something, see something in the background of a people's like collection of a statue, you'd say, where can you get one from? And say, hopefully they'll say, well, it's made by this company in this America, blah, blah, blah. You know, just for polite to say, you know, they are quite rare to get hold of. It's like there's 1,000 pieces, that sort of stuff. You know, a bit of communication with all of us helps a long way.
Oh, it does.
You know, yes, if there's only 5 in the world or 10 in the world, then yes, it's like near and impossible to get it. But, you know, that sort of stuff, just all I'm going to say is like, guys, help your collectors out, help your people out. You know, help people find this stuff and that sort of stuff.
It's just like I've got a partial to post out tomorrow for Ian because for the last year he's been talking about Captain Scarlet and Thunderbirds and Stingray, and to me, I don't have any connections to that stuff. I just picked them up because they were either a part of a bundle or they were cheap. I always seem to pick stuff up if I know anybody that's looking for a specific item, then I will help people out the best I can. So me and he's been talking for like the last year about Captain Scarlet and Thunderbird. So I managed to find about 6 or 7 figures for him because he's just no longer picked up the wasp base.
Yeah.
So I did have a try for him, but you got a try free with that, and he also got the small Stingray, the die-cast Stingray that they did. But I've got him like Captain Black. I've got no other Thunderbirds, but I've got majority of the Thunderbirds. I think I'm missing like 4 for the original 90s line.
But then Bandai did it in 2010, the reissue stuff and that sort of stuff.
I have added a couple of other bits in for him. He did ask for a Mace Windu, and I managed to acquire another Mace. He was saying he was like a Darth Vader, and I says, well, take your pick because I've got like 50 Darth Vaders. But I've also shoved something in for his missus as well. and I've sold for 6 figures that he doesn't know about.
Sorted. Well, say it's helping other. He say people don't ask and that sort of stuff. You don't know.
His missus likes My Little Pony and Care Bears, so I did acquire a little lot of Care Bears at a charity shop once, so I've put one of them in for her.
Technically, Baz, I almost bought 2 Care Bears at the charity shop the other day. They were like the talking ones from 2012. Like you press the button, they talk. They start Care Bears. It's like a teddy bear version, but there's like mechanics in them, so they talked and that. I was tempted.
But those, the Care Bear that I'm sending down to his missus, it's one of the original Care Bears. It's one of the original
plasticky ones.
Yeah.
But even that, Baz, in the future, I know for my toy battles in the future, I'm going to show stuff off that means to nothing for the series, but if you put it with something else, it will twist it and you'll say, that works.
It's kind of weird because, I have actually seen, we're talking about customs, I've actually seen somebody using those 80s Care Bears and turning them into
Ewoks?
No, they've turned them into is it the Bubbles?
The Burbles. Burbles from Thundercats.
Right, Bubbles. I've seen folk turning them into them because for some reason those have like shot on price for some weird. Used to be able to pick them up cheap as pennies, man.
Yeah. But then point, when you want an army builder with different faces, different expressions, that's the easiest way of doing it. Find something that's similar size, similar item, do a custom paint job on it, and there you go. But all you say is like, when it comes to like back to that thing we was just talking about, Baz, it's like, what did you use? Just say I used a Care Bear from Heart's Care Bear, and that's it. Be helpful. All we're going to say is be helpful to other collectors, and collectors be helpful to you. But hey ho, but there we go. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to darklycan81 and me, daveworldtoys. We're going to break some bad news right now. Next week, we won't be here because I am down London MCM Comic Con. So if you want to say hello to me, I will be at MCM Comic Con next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, helping our friend doing his comic books and Pokemon.
And now I'll not be here neither because I'm going away to visit family.
So next week we won't be on, but the following week we'll be back hopefully, which will be June time, halfway through the year already. Scary. I was actually
thinking about that today, man. I can't believe it's we're halfway through this month already, man. We're nearly into June.
I say toy chats the weekend won't be happening for me because the collector cannot do Sundays. So I'll be on Tuesday 9 till 10 just before Brian's Action Figures, the Irish guys. So I'll give them a plug next Tuesday. But I've got a vintage toy collector coming on my channel. So it's something completely different, and there you go.
And I'm off this Sunday, so if everything goes to plan, then I might pop onto Mr. Rum's Lego stream because I do have some Lego sets there I could build.
Rum. Did a rum dum dum. If you guys are thinking of Echo, before I forget, Baz, if you are thinking of going to Echo Base Live, the early bird tickets are available at £10 per person. Just look at Echo Base Live for your. If you want to go early bird, you don't have to pay the £10. Just wait till 10:30. It's completely free to get in. It will be the 7th of October. I've already pre-booked my 2 tables, which is 12 foot. Sorry to disappoint Baz for his 72 or 36 foot guys. But you never say never. I could go bigger. I could go smaller. I might go bigger. But the problem is I'm trying to keep the costs down and a few other bits down as well. So there you
go. As you say, man, if you had a van, you could probably do more.
I'm finding out at the moment where technically back in the day our dad used to take me to all the shows and we had like a Renault Espace, a 7-seater where you can take all the seats out. And used to be a van. I used to fill that. Right. But now our mum's getting a bit older. She's downgrading cars. So it's like I'm literally for a free trip. I'm limited to this one car space, which I'm used to it, but you know what I mean? I could just do sometimes a bit bigger, you know, but leave it with me. We'll see how it goes. You know, I'm doing something special again, but there you go. I'm always going to take my mushroom baskets, which are these.
Yeah, you got to take some mushrooms with you as well.
Maybe. Magic mushrooms on the night time, yes.
Some special mushrooms.
Yep. Especially to keep me going. Well then, Baz, we're getting to this time of the night where we're going to do Toy Battles of the World. But technically, I was going to show something off, but then I thought, I spoke to Baz during the week and we say, because I had a special guest on last week, give a big shout out to Nick, Action Pop Dad. He mentioned something to me last week on my Sunday night chat, which I forgot about. I'm hoping to get all this information right. If not, Baz can help me out. I don't think it's on Nick's channel, but somewhere to do with Nick. The Paddy boys or the Paddy guys from Paddy Toys themselves are trying to do a Kickstarter book for their old Action Man series for Paddy Toy, the old Action Man. Before G.I. Joe, it was called Action Man in the UK. Nick gave me a lot of knowledge on that over the Sunday night chat I had with him. And technically, tomorrow night, they're going to start the Kickstarter program to build a book for Action Man through the Paddy Boy guys. Mm-hmm. It might be the same two that went to Echo Base Live, that did the signatures and that sort of stuff for Star Wars. I don't know. But it is tomorrow night. The Kickstarter starts tomorrow night. It's just going to be a book. So I don't know how much the book will be or whatever, but we thought, you know, something different for tonight, just to help those guys out for tomorrow night. We'll do a toy battle versus the same Action Man versus Action Man or Action Force, which is Action Man, Action Force, the evolution of Action Man. So Baz is going to do the Action Force side of it, and I'm going to go a bit future, well in the future for Action Man. Mine starts from 2005 to 2007, which is like a 2-year series they did. They released quite a few figures in either the 4-inch and the old 12-inch. I have got a load more 12 inches, but I could not find them.
Did I know there are a 6-inch line of that series as well?
No, it's all 5-inch.
Is it all 5-inch?
5-inch. I think they're like 5 inches, so yeah. It's like a 5-6 inch. One of the cavities is a bit bigger.
I know, well, there was one. I'm sure there's one guy that's kind of looks like he's built like a shit brick house.
Yes. Now, technically, they did 2 series of the figures for mine, 2005 to 2007. So, Baz, do you want to go first or second for this Action Man, Action Force special?
Because I've got stuff lying everywhere here.
Perfect.
I'll start with the vehicles, Dave.
Sorted.
The road. So I'm going to go with, is what Dave says, I'm going with Action Force. But I should have really done some research on what the name of these vehicles are. But
it's one of the things in the chat. If you guys know what the vehicles are called, please let us know in the chat.
It was just a last minute for me because I completely forgot all about it. It was Dave that kind of reminded me.
Thanks.
Well, this week's works has been mental, so I've just not had a chance to do stuff.
So basically, guys, ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing toy battles with Baz's Action Force, Action Man.
I know, man. I know this is a sea lion. Well, there's a few bits I'm still needing to get for it, but it's getting there. It's getting there.
So Action Force is done by a company called Palitoy in the UK, by Leicester. So it's used to do a famous thing called Star Wars, but never heard of it. But there you go.
Then I've also got the Snowcat This one's got Hasbro 95 on it.
The action G.I. Joe.
But majority of the vehicles that I do have actually do have Action Force on it.
Yeah, that's a G.I. Joe thing.
I don't know if this is meant to be the G.I. Joe one or if this is actually the Action Force one. But this have stickers on it for Action.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Back in the day, I know they did do the G.I. Joe ones, but they just gave them the stickers kind of thing.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of these vehicles they are missing bits and pieces here, but when I come across them, Dave, I can't really say no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got like the sleds as well. And I thought this was Action Force, but no, this is G.I. Joe, this one. This was the one I was asking about yesterday.
Later version, Baz, got the wings on it and the more attached to stuff to it, Baz. They did do another vehicle like that, but it's a bit more plain and green.
Mm-hmm. There you go, like little dinghies.
A scuba with an SAS driver. Come on, Baz.
Well, kind of talking about scuba, I do actually have a couple of different versions of scuba.
Black and orange. Ooh, multicolored.
Then I've got the one with the more high tech. Then I've got the old
Fish tank.
But I do have Baron Blood, so that's a bonus. I did pick some of these up a few months back. Some of them are really good for my Nick. See, I don't know if he's actually meant to go with the snow pattern or if he's just a standalone from in.
Different snow cap, different toy line, but yes, different.
Now I've got a pilot guy. There's another Scuba Pete. If Scuba was in, Scuba would know exactly what these guys were. Just for looking at them.
Mention about Scuba Pete, Baz. I'll do a shout out in a minute to Scuba in a minute.
And I've got another
pilot. They're actually good condition because all the signs are all intact on the shoulders.
The majority of them, there is a little bit of paint wear on them, but I mean these are. I only started off with like three figures, and now I've got fucking all these. So just like, as you say, you've got like the space guys as well.
Yeah. Yeah, they only did military and space and more, 80s, 90s.
When you actually look at some of these, man, you can actually tell that they actually use the Action Man head on some of them.
Yeah.
Just that they scaled it right down. You got a couple of the army guys. And then I have a trio. I'm sure his name was Muton. I really like this one.
Yeah. Evil guys, divers.
And then the bonus is I actually found Steeler. So I actually got one of the Paletoys, like reissued G.I. Joe style ones.
Technically, Baz, if you hold that figure up, hold one of the other green figures up. Just 1 second for you. The evolution, guys, is basically the guy on the more greenish camouflage. He was the first ever paletoy, 5 points of articulation. The evolution is basically before G.I. Joe, you see all the 20 points of articulation went to that one. There was not much articulation as G.I. Joe, but getting to it closely. So you can see the evolution from Action Force, Action Man to G.I. Joe in them 2 figures. There you go. Some nostalgia for you.
But I know these ones were European exclusives.
Yeah. Some were mail away, some were come with vehicles only, that sort of stuff.
Because I believe he comes with a tank, doesn't he?
Yeah. His hardest big Baz is the cap.
Mm-hmm. So when I did pick these up, there was like an extra Muton, there was a couple other, I think there was an SAA guy, a couple of the divers, there was also a Mr. T and one of the 18 bad guys. He was in there as well. And I did go into the G.I. Joe from an wiki page to try and find them, and I couldn't find them, so I ended up doing the other research and realised it was actually Action Force.
Yeah.
I wonder why I couldn't find them on that, but then again, the little hat was in the bag. So that was kind of a bonus.
Yeah. I'd say it's the evolution of figures where you can see where the evolution of Master Universe evolved over years, and that's what they're doing.
I think they've done 2 versions in because there's a version that I've seen that he comes with a different hat. It's more like an army hat.
Yeah, it's like a green helmet cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't too sure if it was actually his cap or no, eh? But I just keep it well so I don't lose it, kind of thing.
But technically, Baz, yes, you are showing the evolution of Action Force to Action Man to G.I. Joe. The early stages of the G.I. Joe molding.
No, it's not actually. It's not a G.I. Joe, but it's the only one I've got here, kind of. So there's the Steeler guy, but then there's one of the Space Force from an Corp figures.
Yeah. But even that, the Space Force got the license, but slightly different molds, but same like bits and pieces, evolution, that sort of stuff.
He does have a bit of the wobbly legs.
Loosey goosey.
But the weird thing about it though is that they actually also done a girl line as well. I don't know where I picked her up to.
It might be the World Peacekeepers, Baz. Did quite a few different lines of that sort of stuff with like military stuff. World Peacekeepers is another line.
The only thing is that this has got 1999 on it.
Yeah, it could be World Peacekeepers, that one.
But no, that's everything that I've got at the minute. I did have a couple of annuals, but I couldn't remember what I've done with them. It must be in another box.
Crazy. But I did say I'll do an honourable mention before showing mine off. Scuba Pete, if he's in the channel, or whoever he is, and bits and pieces. Scuba has actually now done his own channel called The Scubas. His first video is now up on his channel from Scubas. So if you want to see Scuba and Leslie, 2 amazing American guys just outside Indianapolis or Louisville, they have now put their first video going around their version or their bits and pieces going around Star Wars Celebration. So if you know Scuba Pete at all, look for Scubas on YouTube. Their first video got put out a couple of weeks ago. So there's my nod to Scuba Pete and Leslie. There you go. There you go, Baz.
I know I just come across that on Instagram about they've done his own channel. So
he announced it a couple of weeks ago, but they finally put a video out, and it's their take on their version of going around Star Wars Celebration, meeting a few bits and so. But they've got a load more videos coming soon. Plus, Jason 80's got more toy shop hunt from Scuba's UK invasion from a couple of weeks ago, months ago now. I can't remember. Last month? Bloody hell. Yeah, we're in May now, ain't we? There you go. Well, Baz, do you want me to set the theme and the sign? Hello. Well, take you back to 2005 to 2007. Action Man really wanted to evolve itself, and to the younger audience, and more bigger, beefier action figures were coming out. So they actually did a line called Atom, Alpha Team of Machines, it's called. It was run from 2005 to 2007, 2 series on Jetix or Netflix back in the day. And basically, they did a toy line of Action Man Action Force. Don't forget, we're being this basically for the Action Man Palatoy book for Kickstarter coming tomorrow night at 8:30 on a channel. I'm trying to think what channel it's on. If Baz can try and find a channel for tomorrow night's Kickstarter channel, it'd be much appreciated while I'm going through this lot. But then technically, I can't remember all the names, but they did, instead of the 12-inch Action Man, they did instead the 5-inch, which is these guys. You still got the Action Man logo branded from Hasbro. So technically, at the time, they were releasing the Hasbro, G.I. Joe, and Action Man. So then the main guy is this guy. Like you always do, you always get the repaint of the same figure in white. You also get him with a helmet and that sort of thing. Different figure again. It's like different concept. Same body, but different helmet. They've still got the ports and that sort of stuff in the back. But then to Evolution, again, they also, the figures came with like a motorbike accessory, like a bike accessory. So you can like put him down like that sort of stuff. So yeah, Alpha Team of Machines, I think it was called Atom for Action Man. So there's that one. And then they all need a good sidekick, like Baz said, that you're always big and chunky, like it must have been like a cyborgy one. I can't remember too much about him. Coloured guy. So the only thing I do like about these, the articulation is pretty decent. You can definitely sell the scale from 5-inch to 6-inch was quite good. For example, the coloured guy did come in a white. But then, if you really wanted to beef him up with then a different costume from that one, he had his big big guns and that sort of stuff with him. That's how they virtually come, but I just like collecting the figures. So there's him. For the Storm Shadow, series of him, it's not Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes. He's the closest one to get the Snake Eyes. And then they also did a white version, same figures, same what they always did, which is with different hoods and bits.
It's on next channel tomorrow.
Thank you. So there's that one, Ninja. Then they did, I'm going to say 3 more good guys. The Buzz guy. Buzz. A younger chap. Quite skinny and bony. And then like another tech guy. That sort of stuff. So there's 3 more good guys. And then every series needs the bad guy collection. They did the big muscle hunk of junk. Yeah.
I don't know if that's the one I was thinking about.
Yeah. But the only thing I do like about these, you say if you want him in scale, They are different scales. It's the only thing I do like about the series. They are different scales, so they are.
What's going on his arm again for Dave? Is that
Basically, the button on his arm basically is just his hand twivels, and that's it. It's just he's got a twiddle in his hand. He's just an old.
I can remember if he come with like meant to be like a bar or something that he could bend.
It's basically you put a weapon in his hand, and he's like spins and that sort of stuff. You crank it and then press his arm, it just spins. They also have like a gimmicky features and that sort of stuff, you know. And then
that guy would make Bane run for his money. Jesus.
Yeah. Then you've got like a green lizard guy. Yeah. You know.
It makes it a little bit like from Max Steel, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And then basically the main, well, before we get to the main bad guy, they also did like very close to Inhumanoids, like a rock monster, which you can actually put goo in the back and all goo comes out of it, and everything else is like a lava goo.
I knew the Atoms figure thingy, but I didn't realize they actually did ones like that.
Yeah.
I thought it was just from a normal.
It's a creature. I've also got like a big snake and a few other bits which I didn't find out. But then the main bad guy, first off, came like his suit. That sort of stuff. And then it's almost like you could almost say the new version of like Street Fighter, because you then come like a
I think that's the guy I was kind of thinking, but I thought it was slightly more buffer.
So technically then, Baz, just to keep up with the Action Man theme, the only one I could get my hands on, I have got the green guy in Snake, and I've got this guy, and I've got one other, the Ninja, in big version, and I've got a few other big versions, and they all come with vehicles, but I can't put my hands on them. Just to say the big, like legal figures, they also did the big ones.
Aye.
You know, with like the pew 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 sound, and
I was going to say, because I know they did make. I was going to say, I'm sure they made a bigger version of him, but the weapons, some of them had their weapons permanently attached to them.
Yeah, it's permanently attached. The problem is over time, it's like the sun bleach has got the arms different colours. Yeah. But they also did the Ninja, the Snake in the big versions. They also did like a big snake reptile, which I'll probably show off in a couple of weeks when I know where he is. I just can't get to him. But you know, they also did the 12-inch and the 6-inch for Atom Alpha Team on machine. So there's my nod to the Action Man backer for tomorrow, which won't include though. I think it's only including the pallet toy stuff. But there's our two nods to help Nick and the pallet guys hopefully get kickstarted their book tomorrow night on, you say, Nick's channel?
I've put the link up if anybody's interested. I just checked it. It's definitely on Nick's channel tomorrow.
I know if you go to Nick's channel, I think there's a link to somebody else's channel on it. So it's like 2 or 3 channels are. It's more or less they're doing a Kickstarter book for the old Action Man. If you do want to find a bit more about Action Man itself, they did a series on UK called Vectus. You could see quite a lot of stuff in Vectus and Action Man that was sold on there. If you want to see the old 70s, the 60s, 70s toys, if you are around the 1st of October, NEC Toy Fair is a good place to go to for the old vintage, old original stuff.
Right, the way they're doing it tomorrow is that they're doing it on multiple channels.
Yeah.
But you can do that with StreamYard now. So technically, if I send anybody the link to join if they want to show it on their YouTube channel, then they can. They can put it on their platform. They can put it either on their YouTube channel or their Twitter or whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
It must be a new thing that they're doing.
But technically, guys, that was our Toy Battles of the World this week, because we wanted to promote the guys doing the book for tomorrow, the Kickstarter book for tomorrow at 8:30. So if you're ever into not the new Action Man or the Action Force, but we don't know what's going to be in the book. We'll find out more tomorrow on the Nick's channel, a few other people's channel tomorrow night at 8:30 on Friday night. So good luck to them guys. So give a shout out to there you go. In a couple of weeks' time, me and Baz should be back doing our normal toy battles of the world. I'm still thinking a few more bits to show off. I was going to show Fortnite off tonight because I was talking about it last week. But, I thought we'd change our mind, and Baz had once ago got a lot of Action Force he'd not shown off. So there you go.
I mean, the only thing is that you need to get some Hasbro versions of the Fortnite as well. I mean, you finally do that one.
I might, because there's a couple of figures I really want, like the shark. I really want, because that could fit in a few of the bits. At the moment, Baz, because Fortnite's plethora, I say, in shops everywhere in the UK or everywhere you find it, something like that always turns up at car boots quite easy and quicker. It's perfectly honest, I bought nothing of that Fortnite stuff I picked up at all at the shops. I always picked the whole up at the car boot.
Well, that was like last
or
year,
flea market.
The year before, I picked up the Jazzware Skull Trooper for the boot sale. So they are right there. It's just try to...
So technically, I'm at the moment. Yes, they are right price at £6 a figure. There is a few figures I'm looking at the moment, but at the moment, Baz, like for the last couple of months, I've been like paying a few like bills off and that sort of stuff. I finally got my passport. I renewed my passport because that was out of date. I said I've just paid for my Echo, my toy fair, and I've just booked my 7-day Italy adventure. Adventure across with everything else going on in bits and pieces. So it's like trying to juggle a lot of stuff. But technically, yes, it's been really hard not to pick a few figures up, especially like Entertainers got for £7.
Well, that was like the night guy that I got him in. He usually goes for about £40. And they're selling them for $7.50 now, so that's what I kind of picked up last week.
Yeah. Perfect. I'm trying to avoid certain shops at the moment because I know if I walk in there, there's a lot of stuff I'm looking at. Especially like the car boot season, and very soon my car boots will go to twice a week. And I'm trying to, I know it sounds daft, Baz, but I'm trying to slowly cut down a bit.
We all say that to yourselves, is that
Yeah.
you look at your collection, you're like, I need to start slowing down here, but you can't, because you can't even avoid. You probably could avoid just going out one weekend, but you always say to yourselves that if I don't go this weekend, what goodies could I find, kind of thing. And
perfect news, when the car boot comes up, I'll never stop going to a car boot. Even now, when I go around, I always check on like my itinerary, how to do like my holidays. I'll make sure there's not a car boot the day I'm leaving, or I'll at least get 1 or 2 car boots in, or flea markets in, that sort of stuff. But he's like me for anything. If he spots something at the right price, you'll pick it up. He's like, for example, the big teddy bear I showed off earlier, Baz. He's got brand new tags, and he's still got his tags on from Disney. £50 or €60.
Jesus,
still, for the big one. It's the big one. It's not. It's the big one. The only point was he's got his tags on like that. You know what I mean? He's still got He still smells like strawberries, which is quite nice. He's huggable. I've already had a few people inquire about him already. He says, please let me know if you're going to do anything with him. But, when the car boot, when he's virtually brand new with tags, and he's only asking £3 for a £50 figure, what can you say? And before you ask, I am going to probably snuggle him tonight in bed. So there you go. It's better than Harley Quinn. So there you go.
When it comes to things like that, it is kind of hard to leave behind because it's like when I got that Black Widow figure for the charity shop. I was like, when my nephew showed me that, he goes, "Oh, look at this," and I basically just kindly grabbed it off him, went to the belt and basically threw the £4 at them and ran. I'm still convinced to this day that was meant to be. I think that was priced up wrong.
Yeah. Well, weirdly enough, as I walked into one charity, remember the dustbin guy I picked up in the 70s?
Mm-hmm.
I picked him up. I seen it at $9.99 in the window, and I thought, if he's complete, I'll take him, which he was. And when the lady rang it up, she only charged me 99 pence. I'm like, here's the £1, thank you. But it's something like this, the Mickey Mouse. You go to which one's this one from? Disneyland Paris. It's 15, 20 euros. When you're spotting for £1 with brand new tags. You know what I mean? It's like any flipper or any person would knock him out for a tenner. But you know what I mean? The people
in there, and it's quite weird for someone TK Maxx. Because TK Maxx was selling the Batman figures for the new movie, the Batman. They're selling them for. They went down to. You're not going to believe this, but they went down to 65p. That's what was on the red tag, was 65p.
Jesus.
When we went to the till, so he could pay for it, she only charged them 20 pence. So when she says 20p, I had 20p in my pocket. I just gave her it and not thinking too much in. I kind of looked in and I said, that's 65 pence. But then I didn't realise is that somebody had actually ripped it off, but left the 65p. So they must have got another ticket on it for reduced it again to 20 pence. So we went back over to where all the toys were to have we must have spent about 45 minutes just looking to make sure there was no more.
Jesus.
But he must have picked up the last one.
Yeah. It's just pot luck, isn't it, Baz? It's pot luck when you go to the shop. I
wish I took a picture of the back of it, but as soon as I go up to the car, he basically just ripped it fucking off. And I was like, I know TK Maxx, I know they have sell action figures for like 60p. I know that picked stuff up years ago for that.
Yeah.
Never ever seen. I mean, fair enough, they're only 4-inch figures, so they're not that great kind of thing. But I do like them. I do pick them up myself. But it's like 20 pence. I says that can't be right. And it wasn't until I looked at it properly when we go to the shop. It's like they'd actually put another label on, but ripped off the price and just left the 65p.
It's one of the things, but sometimes it's like you don't want to go out because you see something like that, you'll pick it up.
Because I had the Titan class ones. I mean, I'm not a big collector of those, but I mean, they had them for like £1. They had them reduced down to £1.
But something like that, Baz, you'd almost.
You'd have bought them.
It's one of the things, Baz, if you was ever thinking, like, before we finish and wrap up the tonight's festive, it's something like that. If you was ever thinking of doing like a toy fair, toy show in the future, you'd pick something like the figures up for £1. You know for a fact they go £5 loose online.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Even if you picked, at least you're paying for like the table money, your layouts quite quicker. That way, your profits you'll get your profit margin up quicker. But the problem is like, how far do you go and that sort of stuff. But sometimes it's worth picking up and that sort of stuff, and then a week later, and that's what, there you go.
In the theatre room, and the lady rang it up for 99p. That was per foot price.
Jesus.
I got 100 foot of monster cable speaker wire. I'll just try to check the airsaves around, but it's hard to see if there's any news on the table when you drive in by as fast as I do.
But it's one of the things, Baz, you can either pick it up, but if you pick stuff up like for a 50 pence a quid, you save it for birthdays or just in case your little ones or that sort of stuff gets into. He's like, "Are we going to a birthday party? What can you got?" And he's like, "There's your Batman figure for a quid." You know, you take the price off. It's like they're jumping for toy because they've got a brand new figure box. And there you go.
I kind of do that quite a lot because, I don't just pick stuff up for myself, Dave. I always get stuff for my brothers free, and my Padawan that I cry him now. Padawan is going to become a master very soon.
Very soon, ladies and gentlemen, I will be disappearing from Thursday night live streams because there'll be a new little host on the channel called Baz and his Padawan series.
But it's not that. It's like, I don't know if you go out with your nieces and your nephews and that, but when I go,
Baz, no chance in bleep.
It's bad enough having my nephew.
Baz, for example, just set the scene for 1 second. Nieces and nephews scream at me because I'm too tall. So I've got no chance in hell of that ever happening.
See, I know my nephew's going to be a future collector because as soon as you take him to a charity shop, he basically bolts to the toy section and he just basically digs. He's like, "Look, well, I've got this and I've got that. Can I buy it? Can I get this? Can I get that? Can I get this?" And again, it's like, whoa, calm down. Let me see what you've got first.
Well, that's only got 2 arms. That's got no leg. That's got no arm. But that's not just fine at that. Yeah, why not?
Pick it like the gold, and it's like, okay, right, we'll get this. And
then next minute, Baz says, "That's mine. That's mine. That's mine. Perfect, fine little one."
Well. If he finds anything good, I usually take it anyway. But I always say to him, it's like, if there's anything else here, you can have. So we have to compromise.
So technically, you get all the good stuff, and he gets all the second-hand stuff. Then
no, not necessarily.
Yeah. Come on.
He has found some good stuff for himself that I've already got. So there's no point in me having 2 or 3, but.
So technically, we go back 30 seconds ago talking about a Black Widow figure. If he picks it up at 4 quid and he wanted it, would you give it to him?
I probably would have, but I know for a fact is that he wouldn't have lasted 5 seconds in his hands.
Yeah. But other than that, guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, there will be a video coming out over the weekend because I did get a parcel through yesterday / today. I'm not going to say who it is from. He's a bit ugly. He's a bit Harley Quinn based. His left side's better than his right side because it only shows his left side off. But I need to say thank you so much for the parcel, for that person out there. I will be doing hopefully a video to say thanks for that person. Well expected one, so thank you for that. Guys, thank you so much again for tonight, for the toy battles. Hopefully the Action Man book does get back tomorrow night or at some point with the guys. I know I'll be hopefully trying to watch it. If I don't forget or something else comes up, never know. I say from toys to collectibles, We won't be here next week. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time, hopefully, on the darklycan81 channel. I won't be here this Sunday. I'll be here Tuesday with a vintage toy collector at 9 till 10. Then I'll plug the guys for Barry's action figures, Brian's action figures from 10 o'clock, hopefully. If you want to see the darklycan81, all in his handsome self, on his left side, his right side's quite, I wouldn't trust it. But if you want to see the left-hand side of the darklycan, join him this weekend at 3 o'clock on Monkey Lizards.
I might pop on. I'll see how the thing goes here, but I do have some Lego sets here that
he bought 3 Lego sets the week before and I said, "Is that going on to that? Is that?" Yeah.
They're haunting me. They're saying, "Build me, put me together."
So technically, that's what's coming up. If you want to see Baz, me again, but I say I will be down next weekend. I will be down at MCM London Comic Con. I will be doing a few videos, a few bits down there to help our friends and that sort of stuff.
So I do go on Mr. Salacious, then I do have the choice of those two.
Fast and Furious, because Fast and Furious is out soon. The car.
I did have the Hulkbuster, but the Hulk mech, but I slightly bought that last night because I was bored.
Crazy. But no, guys, from our toy battles from Atom Action Man from 2005 to 2007 to Baz's Action Force figures.
I'll just get it. Pew pew.
It's pew pews. So for the toy battles for this week, for me, Dave World Toys, I bid you adieu, a farewell, and bang. I can't say the live long and prosper because it's not 4th of May. Stay safe, keep well. Thank you again for this Thursday night. Bazatron, the left-hand side guy. Well, lead us out.
Thanks again for popping into the chat, and hopefully we'll speak all soon. Until the next time, please stay safe, like what Dave says. Don't spend too much money this weekend.
Always.
And
don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.